Hey guys, this is Dennis from the Riff VR team, and today I'm going to show you the process of getting your avatar that you've made, whether it's in 3D Studio Max or Blender or Maya, and bringing that into our game using our SDK. The first step is to download and install Unreal. So go to your web browser, go to unrealengine.com, and then hit the download button. And over here you'll see you can download the launcher right here. Click this. Your launcher starts to download. Once it's done downloading, open up that file. Prepare to install. Allow, yes. After you download and open the Epic Games launcher, you can sign in with your Epic Games account, with Facebook, with Google, and various other accounts. We're going to sign in with the Epic Games account. If you don't have one, you can sign up. Once you create your account and log in, you can click on the Unreal Engine tab here and make sure you go to the Library tab. For under Engine versions, click the plus symbol. And then you don't want 5.2. You want to click here and go to 5.10. That's the version that we are using for the SDK. Click install. Agree to the end user license agreement. And then install it into whatever folder you plan on doing it. I'm going to go on the default and create a shortcut. Now it is downloading and installing. So as soon as Unreal Engine is finished downloaded, you can go to www.riffvr.ai, or you can just type in riffvr.ai into your browser. And then you can click this download button on the home page here, and this will take you to download. And you can download the SDK in two ways. You can either download the launcher, or you can just download the SDK straight away. In the launcher, you can install the full game, and then there's also an SDK section that you download. It takes you basically the same spot this is. The only thing is to make sure that you do not install the SDK in the program files, because if you do that, it won't work. But you can download it anywhere else and extract it. So we're going to do that right now. We're going to do the direct way. Click here. The download will begin. It automatically downloads into your downloads folder. As soon as this is done, I'll open up the downloads folder. Then go to your downloads folder. You can extract this. Like I said, you can put this into whatever path, everything except for program files. I'm just going to keep it here, or like you can click here and you can pick different folders or create a new folder, like I said, just as long as you don't do program files. But I'm going to extract it here into the downloads folder. So after your SDK is done unzipping or extracting, open up the folder and you go to this profiles folder here. And this is the file that you want to actually transfer over. So open up a new Windows Explorer. So after you open up a new file explorer, open up your C drive, go into your program files, go into Epic Games, go into Unreal 5.1, go into Engines, and then go into Programs and go into Unreal Front End. And then in here, create a brand new folder and label that Profiles. And take this profile and copy it into this newly created Profiles folder. Okay, great. Now you can go back, close out this file explorer. You can go back to your SDK folder, and now double click the Riff SDK project file, and this will start to open up the SDK project. Allow. This may take a little while as it will be compiling the shaders. So let it compile the shaders, which will take some time depending on how fast your computer is. Now that Unreal is ready, I'm going to actually click on the window and go into the load layout, go to the UE4 Classic layout. Here we go. Okay, now that we have this layout set up, we go to Edit up top, go to Plugins, then click the Add button on the top left here. Content only. Create a name for the plugin. In this one, we will call this one Chef. And under author, this was created by our designer Nacho. And then under description, we will call this Chef. And then click on Create Plugin here. Now that it has been created, close out this plugin at the top left. And now you have this folder open. Now go to the folder that you have your model that you created in 3D Studio Max, Maya, Blender, or whatever 3D program that you use. Drag the assets from that folder into this new plugin. Then over here. Now in this pop-up folder for the FBX import options, under skeleton here, you can choose whether it's a UE4 or UE5 skeleton. In this particular case, ours is UE4, so I will click that. And once that is done, I will click Import All. In this, there's a error message log, but there is nothing wrong with this. You can clear this out. Now click on the avatar in the map viewer. Now on the right hand side under details, click on head, skeletal mesh component here, and then also select your skeletal mesh in your plugins folder. And then over here under mesh, you see this little thumbnail. There's a little button to the right of it that says use selected asset from content browser, and click that. Now you can see that your skeletal mesh has appeared and that it is all white. And now we need to set up the materials. So in order to do that, double click the materials over here in the left in the plugins folder. So now that you have this plugins folder, you can bring in these materials. This texture sample here. This normal map here. And this is the occlusion roughness metallic one. Now I'm going to open this full screen so I can see everything better. The first thing that you want to do is to actually delete the existing connected node that goes to the base color. Now take your normal, take the RGB and connect it to the normal of the material. Click on the object texture dissolve, take the RGB and connect that to the base color. Lastly, this one's a little more complicated. You're going to take your occlusion roughness metallic, grab the red and connect that to the ambient occlusion. Take the green, connect that to roughness, and then take your blue and connect that to metallic here. Once you're done, make sure to save in the upper left. And now this is applying everything that you just did to your avatar as it's saving its assets. Now that it's done saving, you can close this plugin. Now you can see that the avatar is now the model that you have created. Now the next step is setting up a data table. And in order to do that, go to your folder with your plugin and right click on the empty area. Highlight miscellaneous and then find data table and then click that. Under the drop down menu, under the pick row structure, find struct underscore UGC underscore avatar. Click on that, click OK, and then rename this. This is very important. You have to rename this data table to DT underscore UGC underscore avatar. Now that you have renamed it, double click on the data table. In this menu, click Add. After clicking Add, go here and for the avatar name, put in the name. Definitely remember this name because you're going to have to use it later. So we are calling this Chef. And then underneath Head, select the actual avatar right here. And under the row, up in the row name up here, you label this row and call it the same name as the avatar. Now click Save. This message you can dismiss, close, and then you can close this window. Now after closing the window, you can go up here to File and Save All. Now in order to create a thumbnail within Unreal, make sure you click on the map, click G to get rid of the grid, and then actually I will make this bigger because you need I think at least a 512 by 512 picture. So I will zoom in, rotate, all that good stuff. There we go. Then use your screen capturing tool of choice. I will use the snipping tool in Windows. New. There we go. Make sure I save that. So the next step is to actually build the mod so that we can upload it to mod.io. Go up to the Tools tab up here, find Project Launcher, click that. Now under here, under Custom Launch Profiles, under this Edit Profile, under the cog, click this. Make sure this project is on Riff SDK. And then under Build, it should say, instead of Detect Automatically, click this drop down and click Do Not Build. Now under the Cook section, under Release/DLC/Patching Settings, make sure that both Build DLC and Include Engine Content are checked off. Now under Name of the DLC to build, make sure it's the same name that you've given it throughout. So we called this Chef. And under here, Local Directory Path, make sure this is where you want to put your mod. Click the Browse button, and then you'll find the folder that you want to do. This is selected. And then when you're done, click this back button on the top right. And then next to the cog on the right, under Custom Launch Profiles, there's this button that is Launch This Profile. And now click this. And now it will launch your build. Now that the build is complete, you can close this out. Now go to the folder that you exported this. Go into the folder, go into Windows, go to Riff SDK, go into plugins, go into whatever you named your avatar. In our case, it's Chef. Then go into content and go into packs, and then go into Windows. And if you made an Android one, you would probably have Android folders here. Click Windows, and this is the pack file. But in order to upload it to mod.io, you need to zip it up. So right click on it and compress to a zip file. And then you can name it to whatever you want. This is a bit long, so we're just going to call it Chef Riff VR mod. Now this file is ready to be uploaded. So now the next step is to go to mod.io in your browser. And under Browse Games, click Browse Games in the top right. And under Search, type in Riff VR. And here it is. Click here. And you want to click Add Mod. And it's going to add for your authentication. Make sure that you log in. You can use your Steam account, your Epic Games account, your Xbox account, a bunch of different ways. Or you can create your own just by email. I'm going to log in here. I'm going to log in with my Google account. Now, create this name for this mod. And then a summary about what it is. Chef Dracula. Under logo here is actually where the thumbnail goes. You can click upload and then go to the thumbnail that you had saved earlier. Here's mine. Now under homepage, if you have a homepage, this is the URL. Public visibility, description if you want to do that. And then under tags, you click avatar, not a map or item, and then you would select this is the 5.1 version. Now you click save here, but you are not done yet. Now that it's created, you're under visibility. If you actually scroll down, there's a lot more options here. Here's some media, file manager. So under File Manager, that's where you actually find the zip file that we created before. So under that, you go to Chef Mod, Windows, Riff SDK, Plugins, Chef, Content, Packs, Windows, and then here's that zip file. Click Open. Now select which platforms apply, Windows and Android. This is Windows only. Then click here to agree to the terms and privacy policies. Then click Upload. Now it has been successfully uploaded, and now our moderators will take a look at it, and once it's approved on our end, you will see it show up in the Riff VR game. If you click mods, and then you will see your mod there, and you can select it and you can use it, and other people can use it as well.